Yee. It ain't nothing but me. Top boss, big nations. Yo, travel bro next door. Today, Nations Village. Man, we're gonna talk about a topic, man, that I was thinking about. So let's just jump right into it, man. Am I, top boss, addicted to the Dominican Republic? And at face value, it may seem like a simple question, but in actuality, it's many facets to it. So, as far as the facets of am I addicted to the Dominican Republic, the main reason I bring this question up is due to me being a family man first. Is it a contradiction to say that I'm a family man and a solo traveler? You know, the general answer is yes, that is quite contradictory. Identifying as a family man first, solo travel has to be planned, has to be planned out almost perfectly because, you gotta take into account school for the kids, extracurricular activities the kids may have, things my wife may have going on. So, being a family man first, you do have to take a lot of thought into planning solo trips. Now, the reason why I'm asking myself, am I addicted to solo travel? Is just the simple fact, I've been to the DR now, 3 times already since 2023, which, for a solo traveler, that's not much, but for a solo traveler that's a family man first, that's being gone that's being gone a pretty good amount of time. So, even a day away from the family, that's kind of a day that you don't get to do what you could have done. So lately I've been thinking, is the solo travel worth missing the time with the fam? Is the solo travel worth the hassle of, just having to smooth everything over? Is the solo travel worth me being in the doghouse for 2 weeks when I come back? And when I ask myself that question, I keep coming back to the same answer. And the answer is yes. So I must be addicted to the DR. So now we got that established. Top Boss is definitely addicted to the Dominican Republic. So let's get into the why I am addicted to the Dominican Republic. And the biggest reason for me is just the feeling of freedom that I get in DR. It's similar to the feeling I get in Jamaica. Although I'll say in Jamaica I feel even a more heightened sense of freedom because in Jamaica everybody looks like me. Everyone in authority is gonna look like me in Jamaica, and it's similar to the DR. A lot of people look like me in the DR, and that just gives me a sense of freedom compared to how things are here in the States. Usually people in positions of authority in the States don't look like me. So that's the number one reason why I'm addicted to the DR, freedom. Secondly, I would say the culture, and by culture, I mean the food, the language, the way people act. I'm also find myself being addicted to that, my Spanish is pretty terrible, but I do enjoy, when I can say a word or two that a Spanish speaker understands, So, yeah, definitely the culture is a big thing for me, adding to the addiction, And just to touch more on the freedom, just even the laws concerning, driving over there in the DR, it's very relaxed, speed limits don't really exist. Traffic lights, you can abide by those when you feel like it, if you come to a red light, you need to make a turn, it's free and clear, man, a lot of people gonna make that turn. So, when in DR, I do what the DR folks do, so I like that, being able to drive and not worried about silly stuff like having to have your seatbelt on, or, not being able to drink a beer while you drive. You can do all that in the DR. So, just that sense of freedom is cool. And touching more on the culture, I dig Dominican music. The Dominican version of hip hop. I like those songs, and I like, the music that I believe they call it dembo. People like J1, Mestizo is back. Those type of artists. Louis Brown. I dig the music over there. And I think also the environment. As far as nature, the beaches. They have a lot of rivers in the DR. I've been to the river in San Cristobal. They call it Muchas Aguas. And, it's basically a big party scene on the river. So, everything about DR is just kind of beautiful to me. So, I will be going back next week, in fact, just a short trip, a few days, and when I come back, it's gonna be time for Top Boss to reflect. Is solo travel worth time away from the family? So we'll just have to stay tuned and see what's going on in Nation's Village. All right, we out.